Hello. Hi, this is JoLynn Braley, permanent weight loss coach, founder of the Inner Self Diet. I have a couple of dishes to wash up here, and I'm going to see how this works. It might not work very well. I'm wearing my little contraption that allows me to be totally hands-free. And I just wanted to take this time to talk about something while I am cleaning up a couple of dishes. And I bet that this is all moving around because I'm cleaning a bowl. By the way, if this is your first time ever seeing me or hearing me, hey there, thanks for joining. My name is JoLynn Braley, and I am a kick-ass permanent weight loss coach. I am the founder of the Inner Self Diet. Is that they're stuck and they're not doing it. They're really stuck with binge eating, emotional eating, self-sabotage, feeling bad, feeling depressed, feeling hopeless, struggling, emotional eating. I think I might have already said that. But yeah, they don't need more information on how to eat, how to exercise. They know all of that. And if they need a few tweaks, awesome. Even if they got those tweaks, it wouldn't help them because I've had clients who were actively working with a personal trainer, but it didn't do them any good before working with me because they couldn't stop binge eating. So that's the work that I do with my awesome coaching clients in the Inner Self Diet. Unfortunately, today, if you're average, you're overweight or obese. And who wants to be that? I don't want to be that. So what I thought I'd come on here and talk about here for a minute while I'm washing up these dishes is this topic of, is it emotional eating or is it intuitive eating? And you know, I know this lighting isn't super hot here, but I don't give a crap because I have a very important message, and who cares if the lighting is bad? As long as you can hear me, though. If you guys can't hear me, you need to tell me. I have on a microphone, but I'm sure that you probably hear the background noise of the water because I'm washing these dishes doing two things at once. But yeah, this subject of emotional eating or intuitive eating. But you know, one of the things that I coach my clients to, that I teach them, a very specific strategy that you do in your brain, which is actually how naturally slender people make their decisions for what they eat. They're not aware of it. They're not conscious of it. It's totally unconscious. But it's the path to freedom for how to live in freedom with food in your weight. And it's one of the, gosh, how many steps, how many tools are there that my clients get in the Inner Self Diet? It's one of many. And the thing is that, you see, when you transform on the inside and you become naturally slender, it's not about dieting. And it is about the release of your emotional eating, binge eating, self-sabotage, feeling like shit about yourself because you ate a granola bar, you know, that's all the old way. That's the fat mindset. And I feel like my contraption here for my iPhone is starting to slip. But we'll get through this here. I've just got a couple more things to say. But when you are living like a naturally slender person lives, then if you eat a Cliff Bar like I did tonight, and it's really not part of what you normally eat, especially if you're eating clean, the big difference is, first of all, it's your choice, just like it was my choice to have that. And when it's your choice, it's not coming from a place that's out of control. It's not about emotional eating. It's not about binge eating. It's not about compulsive overeating, right? Because you're the one making the choice. You're the one in control. And also, after you eat it, there's no beating yourself up. There's no shoulding all over yourself. There's no telling yourself that, oh, now I'm not perfect, and so I've got to go eat everything else in the house that I, quote unquote, was deprived of before. There's none of that, right? So I had the Cliff Bar and the Kind Bar. I think that's who it's made by. And it took a while, but my stomach did feel better. And I went with my own intuition. I used the same strategy that I teach my clients, and I need two-way communication to do that. That's not something that would work on a scope, and I have no idea who's even on this, you know, or who's going to watch the replay if you're watching the replay. But what you can get out of this here is that, you know what, you really can release the fat and do it without emotional eating, do it without feeling bad, do it without beating up on yourself, without feeling deprived. And if it's right for you to eat a Cliff Bar, if that's something you like, and if that's what works for you, then you have one, but you don't eat the whole box, and you don't have to go and then find everything else to eat that you weren't eating before, because there's no beating yourself up. There's no stressing out about it. It's just, okay. It's the same way that naturally slender people live. And in fact, you know, naturally slender people sometimes overeat. But the big difference with a naturally slender person is that they make their own choices, which some people, they call it intuitive eating. That's why I put the hashtag in this scope about intuitive eating. They make their own choices, and if they overeat, they notice that they overate, and they don't put food in their mouth again until they are physically hungry. And so I don't know when that could be. It depends on the person, of course. Could be 24 hours, could be 12 hours. It's a totally different mindset, though, than the folks who have a fat mindset. And fat mindset is all about fear-attracting thoughts. It's all about beating yourself up because of what you ate or what you didn't eat. And what's so cool is that once you become naturally slender, which is 90% about your mindset, once you transform on the inside, once you heal your inner self, once you release the emotional eating, once you release the binge eating and all that stuff that's in your way right now, then it's easy to drop the fat and keep it off. You know, what are you doing? Are you doing the inner work to release all of your binge eating? I sure hope that you've hired a kick-ass permanent weight loss coach, because that's the easiest way to get to where you want to go. I don't know how you do it on your own, because these problems, these challenges with the emotional eating and the binge eating, they're so deep that, you know, even though I've got all the skills, I, of course, just like all awesome coaches, I invested in myself to get my own coaching, to have others coach me, to have other coaches coach me, because none of us can see our own blind spots. And if I'm the professional and I had challenges, then I don't know how other folks can do. How can you get to the place of total freedom from your food and weight struggles if I couldn't do it and I'm the pro? Now, hey, maybe you got something special over me, and if you do, that is totally freaking awesome. But I do highly recommend that you never hire a coach who isn't getting her own coaching, because anyone who has stopped getting coaching is basically telling you that they're perfect and that there's nothing else to learn, there's no more growing. You know, one of my coaches that I invested in to work with, his name is Christian Mickelson, and he does business coaching, and he still gets coaching, and he's $1 million coach. So you can learn a lot from high achievers. And all high achievers have more than one coach, actually, to get to where they go and get to where they've gotten. So I have cleaned up a couple of dishes here while I've been talking to you, and that's what I said I was going to do. And I hope that you have gotten some kind of inspiration here about the fact that, wow, you don't have to keep struggling, you don't have to keep emotional eating, you don't have to keep binge eating, and releasing the fat and living a healthy lifestyle is absolutely not about some kind of a perfection. It's not about dieting. It's 90% about mindset. And yeah, so that's what this is all about. Hey, who do you know that wants to and is serious about releasing 5 to 90 pounds or more? Who do you know? Send them over to theinnerselfdiet.com. and they can grab a free copy of my ebook there. Yeah, that's a good place to start. My name is JoLynn Braley, permanent weight loss coach, founder of the Inner Self Diet. My wish for you is that you are totally in control of your eating and that food is a friend, not a lover, not something that you go to try to change your emotions, but that food is your friend, that you have a healthy relationship with food, that you use food for fuel, that you're putting food in your mouth only when physically hungry, stopping when physically full, and that you feel absolutely fantastic about yourself and your own skin. And remember, if you are overweight right now, you've got to feel fantastic about yourself now while releasing the fat. I in no way advocate staying overweight. That's not my message in any way. I do not think the human body is built for all of the excess fat. It's too much for the joints and the bones, and it's just too much. What I'm saying is that in order to one of the secrets of making it easy to drop the fat is you've got to be able to feel good about yourself now, and that's just one other result that my clients get from the Inner Self Diet. So remember, you can get my free ebook just to start out, little baby step, over at theinnerselfdiet.com. And I will be back with more. I have done a minimum of one Periscope every day since August 15th, and I will continue going. And have a wonderful evening tonight. Feel good about you while on your way to your ideal body. That's very important.